So Johnny had the worst day ever today.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start.
We've been recording for like 5 minutes, guys.
Ready? Share family. It's been a while.
Oh, we're
It's been
back.
a long time.
We're back. You know the guys. I'm here with Joe,
Yes, sir.
Johnny, Nathan. Why has it been so long? It's been how long has it been? About like
almost 2
months.
months.
Like 6-7 months.
You said it's gonna be 2 months in like a week, right?
No,
Say that
sorry.
again. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'd say it's been about 2 months.
I think it's
I think like
yeah.
one and a
Why
half.
so long though?
We're coming up on 2 months though.
Well,
What's
think
been
we passed
hindering
2
us?
months.
we've been taking a lot of trips recently, like
fact.
just worldwide.
Individual.
Individual trips,
And
group
fact.
trips,
Who?
Avalon trips.
Jenny's trips. Oh, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Who left first?
We
Oh,
did. You did.
Yeah, they left me
We
and
did.
went to.
Okay, we
Houston.
didn't leave him.
They like.
Yeah.
He
No
just didn't
invite.
invite
No
him.
invite.
We definitely
No, we
invited
definitely
him.
invited
No
him.
We
invite.
invited him multiple times.
No, yeah.
No, we definitely
They
did.
did invite me. Oh.
No, we went to Houston. That was a crazy
That
trip.
was a crazy time.
We're already
It was
laughing
fun
at it.
times. It was fun
Oh my
times.
gosh. Why was
So-
it a fun time, gang?
Nah, so we actually got to go see one of our very close friends for a baby shower. It was really fun.
It was cool.
But there was one night that we had.
Jump straight
that-
into it.
Yeah, I mean, we might
You
as
don't
well.
want to. You don't want to talk about anything else before you just.
Nah, so I'll talk about that too. But so yeah, we went to the Bins. There's this place called the Bins. We got a bunch of clothes.
Fire Bins in
We
Houston.
went to get ice cream a lot. We ate out so much. I done spent at least $300.
I didn't plan financially. For
Yeah,
how
I
much
didn't
it
plan
was gonna be.
financially. I
all.
spent I think I got like $500 for that trip. I spent it all in that whole week. So yeah,
Let's go.
type. But yeah, so one day.
This is
Matter of fact,
this is their highlight. This is their
This
highlight
is
of the
best.
You can
entire
ask anybody that
It
went
was
to
the
the trip.
best night
It
ever.
was everyone's highlight of the trip.
This man
Except
wanted to
for
leave
Nathan.
so bad. You tell the story though.
Where we was at, what's the place called?
Market Street.
So think about Avalon in Georgia, but in Houston or whatever. We were in Market Street. We were just chilling. We had Nate's camcorder, so we was walking around with the camcorder filming whatever. And I guess
It was his big one, right?
the big one, yeah. So
Yeah,
the,
it had a
it had
big
the
old
light
light
on
on
it.
it.
So I guess
We
you
looked
can.
OD presidential.
Yeah. So
That
I
was-
guess these three girls, I won't say their age or whatever, but these three girls,
They were
they
like
saw
10.
us like going around, just walking around recording or whatever. And it was like, oh, they're probably famous. They came up to us. They were like trolling. So they came up and sang this song and they ran away. You know how kids are. They just troll. Then they found these two old ladies, brought them to us. And like the old lady was like, oh, y'all famous? Can we take a picture of y'all?
But they didn't speak English.
so out
These
of
are like
fun of
Hispanic
it,
ladies.
so out of fun of it, we just
They
was
didn't
like,
speak English.
it was like, oh, Nathan's like the Prince of India. So just to be, because it was a fun night. We was just chilling, right? So we told him Nathan was the Prince of India, and they took pictures with us or whatever. It was we got the proof for it too. It was hilarious. They left. The three girls came back. What did they say when they came back?
They mentioned me because I was
Yeah, okay.
like I was wearing big old boots and like I was like super tall. And they were like, oh, like, are you like 6'7" or whatever?
John Blue.
Like, blew me so bad. But they're like, oh, like, we didn't take a picture with you. Like, we didn't want to take a
Okay,
picture
yeah,
with you. I was like, oh, nah, like, I'm good. Like, he's the famous one.
Throw
So
me under the
Nate
bus.
takes a picture with these three girls. I'm not gonna say their age because you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna hear about it after. But yeah, they took a picture with these three girls or whatever, and it was very, very interesting.
And then when we were leaving, I don't know. I still don't know how they did. Did we give them the shed podcast?
I think
I
we
think
gave
we
them
said,
shed.
yeah, we said
And they
we
went
like
and
we have
looked
a
or
shed,
something. There's
like,
no
shed
way
podcast.
they-
Or something
Okay,
like
yeah,
that.
I think we said we did YouTube or something, right? And we was leaving. This was like 10 minutes after they took the picture. We were leaving. Was it just standing there watching us while we left?
I don't
Because
know.
We
like,
sat there
we
for like 15
literally
minutes.
did not see them.
Yeah, we sat there for
Yeah.
like a good
Like they
15 minutes.
disappeared.
We got up and left, and they yelled, "Bye, Nathan." We didn't tell them his
That
name,
was the most
mind you.
insane
We
thing.
didn't tell him his name. They yelled, "Bye, Nathan," and then one of the girls was like, "I thought his name was Nathaniel." I started dying, and then this guy was just pissed
We
for the
lost
rest of
it,
the.
and that made our trip, but that made this man want to go home so
Bro,
bad.
so bad.
That whole night, bro.
That shit was
And you
hilarious.
remember, because in
Me
the
and
car,
Joe was in the car trolling.
bro, the
That joke was
amount of
hilarious,
jokes that was
bro.
said in that car was insane, bro.
That joke was hilarious.
And to make
dog.
it worse, our driver, he started playing like Drake in like Marvin's Room and all that.
I was dying,
Hey,
bro.
Marvin's
bro.
room.
And then you just see Nathan just looking out the window. It was mad late at night. It was,
They were
bro,
just staring out the window, just like thinking about life.
it was
Okay.
hilarious.
Yeah.
We're 10 minutes in and we've only talked about me, guys. Like,
We love you though,
That's
because
good,
like
though.
you're
That's
hilarious.
good.
You're the funniest ever.
All right.
Like for
No,
real.
Nate. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Nate is the funniest guy I've ever met in my entire life.
Ever.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
my-
Ever.
No
Funny
one,
things just
no
happen
one
around
makes me
Nate.
laugh. Just the things you say, the things you do, the dances you. One day you need to dance for the
No.
pod.
Yeah.
Never.
Y'all want a
But-
funny guy, ladies.
Literally.
I'm just putting you
No,
down
seriously.
right now.
Bro.
Okay.
Benny got
Hey.
something to say.
Yes, sir.
Oh my
I
God.
had Nathan Alexander.
Come on,
Nathan
bro.
Alexander, but whatever.
Yeah.
You just at yourself?
You went to Canada, right?
He
I went to
left
Canada.
us and went to Canada, actually.
I suggested a group trip to Canada.
I don't think
in
he
a
got an
Sprinter
invite. Did we
van.
get an
He didn't
invite?
want to do that, so
Did we
Yeah.
get an invite for the trip to
I
Canada?
invited myself.
I don't think you were welcome.
That's not the same
not
thing.
an invite.
Yeah, that's not
Well,
the same thing.
if you guys want to, like,
we wouldn't mind.
y'all can do it. If y'all want to take a Sprinter van, drive the 25 hours, you can try. You can do it. Like,
All of us.
I don't want to do that again. No, this is my first time, like, being of age to drive. When we
You
go,
drove.
yeah, I drove 8 hours.
You got it.
Yeah, I drove 8 hours. Well, first, my mom drove, my dad drove through the night, and then I drove the last 8. And yeah, if you hate driving to Florida,
Oh,
you'll
GG.
definitely hate driving to Canada.
GG.
What
It's like a-
correlation is that?
there a
Like,
border?
yeah,
Because it's like Florida, like times 4 or 3.
Wait, did
Why
you
Florida? Why Florida?
Because everyone goes to Florida on vacation.
did you
Oh,
wait?
got
Listen, did you drive through the border? Was
Yeah.
it you that drive through the border? Well, how was that? You got like, okay.
It was chill. I may have lied about one thing, but I didn't know.
What?
So
You're lying
I
to
pull
immigration
up.
officials.
So my dad kind of gave me the rundown, what to do. He was like, just pull up, roll down all the windows just so they see everybody, hand in the passports, whatever. So I pull up and it's this lady. The first thing I do, only roll down my window.
Ooh.
So I was already subconsciously thinking about that. And I was like, man, like, and then she just like rapid fire, like, what do you, like, first of all, where are you coming from? What are you doing? Who are you going to see? How long are you going to be here? Do you have any guns, knives, like anything? And then she puts emphasis on pepper spray. She's like, do you have any pepper spray? And I'm like, no. And then she's like, you sure? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. And, you know, after a couple more questions, he lets us go. Well, obviously the passports and stuff. But, and then so I have 5 siblings. The sister older than me, she's like, John, I had pepper spray. But
Why did you have pepper spray? Oh, self-defense.
little
my bad.
keychain, like,
Oh, yeah.
but that's not, I don't even think that's that big of a
So
deal.
pepper spray was the highlight of your trip.
That's true.
Well, I was asked about the border.
That's true.
All right, since you want the highlight. It was all fun. I got to see my family, rode 4-wheelers. Like, my grandpa has, like, 150 acres up in, like, the hills.
I didn't hear about that.
Damn.
150
Bro,
acres?
and we weren't
Yeah.
invited.
He owns that? All that?
Yeah.
That's
so he has a
insane.
house, like, kind of in the valley. They call it the valley.
That's insane.
It's just, that's, like, just their house they live in. It's in a neighborhood, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drive, like, 30 minutes up through, like, the country. It's that... I will say, like, that is the most beautiful.
I do
Like,
want to visit
like,
Canada because of that.
Yeah.
scenic
It's really,
route?
it's
Yeah.
really
It
nice.
is. Yeah,
I heard they have like really good lakes out there.
Yeah, actually, where the land is at, he has a little bit of kind of beach area on this. It's not a lake. It's called they call it the Belle Isle Bay. It's like the Belle Isle area.
Oh shoot.
That's
But
fire.
so 150 acres. Just like there's a little farmhouse and then some small like they used to be farmers actually.
Fire.
So where they used to, well now we just ride 4-wheelers on there and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
And my cousins, well one of my cousins, they're all really good at riding dirt bikes, whatever. But one of them, I want to say he's like one of the best in Canada for his age in dirt bikes. I don't know much about it, but I know he rides at 85. So if you ride at 85, you can probably race my cousin one day. But that is always a highlight. But my biggest highlight was I went thrifting, and I thrifted a pair of black Carhartt double knees.
Oh shoot.
You should have worn
I
them.
think I wore
You should have
them.
worn them today.
Well, I wasn't.
Can't find
I
those in
wasn't thinking
Georgia
about
for
it.
under $30.
Yeah,
Under
they
30,
were like
under-
maybe 10, 15.
Under 80.
Is stuff cheaper in Canada?
It is. Well, it costs more. Like the number is more, but the value of our dollar.
Is okay. That makes
It's
sense.
like
So
a dollar. So a
the
dollar,
Guyanese dollar.
a U.S. dollar in Canada is like $1.30 Canadian.
Okay, that makes sense.
So like with like rupees and stuff,
Okay.
right?
No, explain
The
rupees for
rich
me. I just,
Indian.
Bro,
don't-
what?
I just want to know, like, for me.
What about
What's
it?
1,000
Like,
rupees?
Yeah, like,
in
1,000
USD?
is like $5, $6, something like
What?
that. Yeah, it's not crazy.
So
Cause
you're
I think
balling.
I think the conversion rate is like for $1, it's like 82 right now. It was like 75 a few years back. But
think
like,
it's the
But
same
what
for
could
me.
you what could you get with 82 rupees?
like a meal. You could get like a
So
For
a dollar?
$1?
like a homemade meal. Yeah,
what?
Oh, homemade meal.
not homemade as in like not like fast food. Like you go to like a restaurant
And pay $1?
and you could get like rice, a curry, whatever. See, I knew it. I just knew it.
No, it's...
I just knew it. I needed that.
Nathan's Indian, by the way.
You did. You
Yeah,
Guys,
I know,
the
bro.
funniest part is that she said a curry. Like you didn't say curry, you said a curry.
Well, I would think he knows how to say it.
Looking, nah.
So
yeah,
senior year, huh?
I'm going.
I just want to get right into my.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not. One thing about Canada.
Back to Canada.
No, I actually I really wanted to say this,
Go
and I don't think I've told y'all.
Oh,
Dang.
shoot.
You just don't tell nothing.
I was at church. I was at church, and I had two people come up to me talking about the shed.
Ooh,
Really?
Ooh,
Yeah.
What?
What was the input? Was it good input?
They were just like, "Oh, like we love it, you know, like we've watched every
Sure.
episode."
Shout out
To
to
be
all
fair-
of our
Family and
subscribers,
Shed.
To
followers.
be fair, it was
Family
my
love each and
grandma's
every one of
friends.
you guys.
shout out to all the Canadians.
But thank you so much. Like, actually, I was shocked,
Appreciate you.
Yep.
and
What?
also my grandma and grandpa love it.
Oh,
Ooh,
bad.
W Stemple.
Now we gotta meet them.
Yeah,
Bro.
y'all have all met her, my grandma on
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
We call her Nana.
She
Nana.
taught me how to use the
That was my other grandma.
the sewing machine. She taught me how to use the sewing machine.
Yeah.
But senior year, you're going to the senior year.
How do you
That's
feel?
crazy. In person too. I'm going sophomore year, but I'm online.
I think all of us have like really drastic like school changes.
Literally.
You're not in school anymore. Second year of Bible college,
sir.
senior, first year college. Pretty big like milestones.
literally. How do you feel about senior year though? Have you seen
Well,
anything?
If you know me at school, especially, I wouldn't say I'm the best student. I'm a good kid. I just can't like. Let me just, I'll tell you about it.
Just you're not an academic weapon.
I have a.
Not everybody's Indian.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
What is this pod turning into, bro? Let's just start talking about God, bro. Like when is that part coming?
No, I need to finish this. I had the last week of school. I had a 40. I had a 40 in
On the
advanced
test or in the grade level? Just asking.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
I don't even want to get into like everything because it's actually embarrassing.
It's worse than that.
It's worse than a 40.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
all right. So math, I had a 40. Yeah, chill. All right, just if y'all, bro.
Okay, just say it.
Chemistry,
All right,
I
no
also
more
had
laughing.
chemistry. I also had a 40.
Dang, bro. This is bad.
But at the
Were
end
you
of the
passing any classes?
day, yes.
Okay.
I
Okay,
was
that's
passing all of my work-based classes. All right. I was actually passing ELA.
none of the classes you need to pass.
I was passing ELA,
Okay, that's good.
and I forget which history I had, but I was passing history.
this is so
But
crazy.
the reason why I didn't know my math and my science was because I was online for the first half of the year.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
So if you didn't know, when you're online, there's a lot of not learning and just a lot of
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT going on.
Yo,
So
bro,
whenever you
I
go from
understand.
taking pictures of your test to going in school and your phone gets taken away for the test,
That was a 10 out
Nah,
of 10.
word too.
they're oh god.
We've learned a lot of rage baiting this summer.
Yeah.
But
The amount of
finish your
jokes that
story.
have come out of this summer has been
Yeah,
so
so long story short, I ended the year all passing all my classes.
Yes, sir.
What's your GPA?
Won't he do it? Yes, you will.
As of now, it's a 2.9.
I think that's better than me.
What did you end with?
I didn't check any of my
Actually,
years.
no, I won't pull it up right now. But I think I have a 2.9. We'll go with that.
I think actually
Nate ended with a 4.0.
2.25.
4-1.
4.1.
4. Oh shoot. Matter of fact, last story before we get into the subject.
Hey,
Talk
if you
about
give me one, I can have a 3.0.
W Mutt. Let's go. Talk about how you cried when you got your first 80 on the test.
Okay, let me tell you something about Nate. It blows me. He posted his grades for his last school year, right?
Yeah.
It was all A's.
All 95s actually.
All above 95.
All high A's.
He
A
posted
plus.
it. Guess why he posted it? Because his grade went down 1 point from a 99 to a 98.
No, that's not why.
Why was
Because
it?
I had 101 and it went down to
Okay,
99.
so much better.
That's
Bro,
bro.
Nate, you're the greatest, bro.
He is very smart though. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
When
why are you switching? Why are you switching from in person to online?
Online.
Gang.
Twin.
There's so many new rules. Like at my school, there's so many new rules that like bro, it would be like a death trap for me to go there.
Nah,
But I'm going mostly just because like in this season of my life, I kind of just want to like not necessarily go into isolation, but like consecration in a sense, to where I want to like not necessarily like back away, but yes, back away so I can spend time with the Lord more. I feel like during school it was so easy to like backtrack and like get off my course with God because I wake up at 6 a.m. and I get home after a full day and I'm tired. So I have to I don't have to, but I usually would take a nap. And by that time I wake up, I gotta eat, I gotta shower, and then I gotta do it all over again.
Yeah.
So and it was pretty hard for me to find time in that. And I feel like for this season specifically, just where like I'm going and where like I feel like I truly am called to do, I feel like in this season I definitely need to like, and I have the opportunity as well. Like, and I don't want to miss that opportunity. So I feel like I just really need to back away from some things for some people, from some friend groups, some like clubs and whatnot, and just literally like give it all to Jesus. And that's what I'm saying. I have the opportunity to as
That's
well.
good.
So I want to do that.
I think that's a great like segue into our topic for today. We're gonna be talking about, obviously, most of us are going back to school.
Yeah. I'm going back to school though.
Yeah, he's still in.
Yeah,
Like,
school.
I'm
you're
doing
in
like
school.
academics.
You're not in school, bro.
You're not in school. You're
It
not
is
doing
way
school.
less. Like way less.
Yeah.
Online is
It's
never.
still school.
Yeah.
There's no in between. It's either harder or easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, I agree.
I think, just we talked about like big transitions for school. 8th graders becoming freshmen, I think that's a very big transition. Juniors becoming seniors, big transition.
Yeah.
Seniors becoming freshmen in college, very big transition. So we're gonna be talking about just how to find time to pursue God in your walk, but as well as in school, how to stay holy, how to be set apart, but also be a light into the darkness.
Yeah.
And I feel like with my like kind of testimony in the sense like I'm a good example of that. I feel like because or this is the first question I could ask and I'll answer it for myself first, but like how do you stay consistent in your walk with faith even though the schedules and all things can pack on top of each other? And that's the question for all of us, but I'll answer it first. I balanced it because of a need. I balanced it because I needed to. I walk into a school and I walk into honestly like a war zone. It was legit like a war zone because there's so many different things. People always cussing, people always talking about sex, people always doing drugs on campus, people like have open witchcraft on campus. And with built up discernment from me just like seeking the Lord during the summertime, just like built up, like just like my relationship with God, me going into that, I needed to be with God. I needed to be strength. I need to have strength. I needed the word to be hidden in my heart because I needed to use it as a weapon. The Bible says that His word is a sword, and the sword is used for battle. And like literally every time I went into school, I was going into battle.
Yeah.
And I felt like that's the reason. The reason is because I needed to. Like there was a dependence and a reliance on Jesus just because I couldn't do it without him. I would end up falling into something if I didn't seek Jesus. And I was never the type of guy to like do the smoking or the sex or whatever. I was just like the little things, me looking at this person some way, me saying this phrase a certain way, and all the things like that. But I needed to stay consistent because I was going into something I wasn't prepared to go by myself in. So
that's good. What does that look like to just stay consistent? Is that reading your Bible in school? Is that after school you got to wake up 30 minutes before to get on the, like, you read before you get on the bus? What do you do? What does it look like to stay prayed up, to have a word always on your heart if somebody needs it? Like, what is something like practical that looks like?
So I think it's subjective, honestly, because for me, the first couple weeks of school, I woke up 30 minutes before, and I realized I needed sleep. So I just kind of cut that out, and I would mix it in during the day. I would have a free period. We have advisement in our classes, so I would use that time to my advantage. Or my health class, we didn't really do anything, so I opened up the word in there. And honestly, I think moreover than that, like, I would just be praying throughout the day.
That's good.
I feel like okay, yes, we need to always be in our word and like all the time, and like I was always in my word all the time. But also, me having fellowship with God and just talking to him is okay as well. Absolutely. Because usually sometimes, like, I remember I was in my business tech class. I opened the word because I just felt the need to. And my teacher was like, oh, like, put that away. Like, if somebody comes in here. And, like, she was Christian, too, so, like, she understood. But she was like, oh, put that in there because if the principal comes in, like, she might, like bug about it, basically. And, like, things like that I can't help. So what I can do, though, nobody can stop my tongue. So I can pray. I can talk to God. I can pray. I can ask for things. I can just talk to him, just have fellowship. How was my day? Whatever. But I would say it's subjective because everybody's schedule is different. Everybody has different, like emotionally different, spiritually. Everybody is in their own way and own walk. Yeah. But for me, what helped me was I would really start doing 10-minute prayers before I went to school, or I would pray on the bus. I think one of the biggest things that helped me, like, and this should help you guys as well, and we'll probably drop, like, a link or something in the bio, is worship music. Worship music will get you through, like, anything. Like, anything when it comes to, like, in a setting, like, or an environment where there's a lot of people. When you turn on that worship music, you clock out of the world and you clock into the spiritual. Like, it's literally what happens because I, like, literally, bro, like, I'm telling you, with my school specifically, I know it's like a lot worse than others, but like I'm going into a war zone. And for me to have my ears tuned in, so my ears and my mind were tuned in. My physical, of course, we're moving around, we're going to classes, whatever. But my mind was locked in. So I had one focus and one goal, and that was Jesus at the end of the day. And that's what got me to certain conversations. We'll probably talk about it later, but certain conversations, certain like ways we spread the gospel and things like that. Because if I get my mind right, I can get my mouth right, and I can move anywhere else.
That's really good.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think music is very good. Like before school I don't ride the bus, I drive. But
yeah, it was my freshman year, by the way. So I had to.
Listening to worship music on the ride to school definitely because in the morning sometimes it's fresh. Like most of the time it's frustrating.
Everybody's grumpy time.
But yeah, I think also like kind of just walking in the halls in class, just speaking to him, like not so much like just like God, like a asking prayer, just like talking, like what am I feeling, like I'm frustrated at what just happened, like I probably just got a bad grade, like
that 40,
just like I just got a 40, but like this and this and this is better in my life. And also, this is a little off topic, but one thing that helped me overcome the fact that I'm not really school smart is understanding my gifts in other places.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I do know I'm very gifted in other aspects of my life, like being able to talk without being too nervous. Like I think I understood that whenever I was doing like presentation projects, like everybody would be so nervous and I would kind of just be chilling. Yeah. But yeah, that was way off topic, but I thought I would add that because a lot of people get bad grades.
Yeah.
And
not all of us.
No different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to speak to the Lord just in conversation, not so much like anything too crazy. I'm just like, God, I'm kind of having a bad day. Mm-hmm. Like, can you help me turn it around? Like, I don't know. It's more mindset wise.
Yeah, it's really good.
I actually don't think you mentioning that was too far off topic, because that's something you could use to, you know, like I mentioned before, like be that light that people need. When you understand that you have a gift to talk to others, when you have a gift of communicating, once you know that people are drawn to you and people are able to have an easy conversation with you, you could use that to your benefit.
Yeah.
Is that like something you practice often, like having fruitful conversations just throughout the school year to like bring people closer?
Well, I think the fruitful conversations are going to be coming this year.
Yeah.
Before, even now, like, I'm still very quiet. Like, I was talking more of like public speaking as to in-person conversations, but I would like to answer that. I actually made a decision kind of like a little bit before school started, probably a couple weeks ago. I was like, this year I want to talk to the lonely. Like, I want to, yeah, like you said, be the light in people's days. But yeah, I do want to make the change from, like, I don't want to say like nonchalant, because that's like, but yeah, like I would just really walk in the halls, not really talk to anybody. But I mean, I have friends, but I'm just not really, I wasn't really the type of guy to like go up to someone, even a friend. Like, I just kind of do my own thing. If you come up to me, come up to me. But I'm just kind of here, and I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to have fruitful conversations this year.
Yeah, that's
for
good.
sure.
And I know you, Fed, you weren't really like in school often because like you just like, hated that joint. But like
Find a loophole.
And I know you started locking in like sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
With the Lord.
Yeah.
So like how did that look? Like you kind of transitioning from like I used to hang out with these people, but like now that I've made this decision, like how do you stay firm in that, even though all your friends are like probably not living the same way?
And being an athlete as well, right?
Yeah. It was weird too, especially my junior year, because that's when I was locking in. So I didn't really, like, I knew what God was calling me to do. So I didn't really want to do sports anymore. But my parents still made me do it. And then being surrounded in that environment, those locker rooms get very crazy. A lot of stuff
Straight
happens.
young boy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the locker rooms it's very tempting to just go back into the lifestyle because that's just what you're surrounded by.
Yeah.
But there's two things always kept me. I noticed in the Bible it says to meditate on His word day and night. So even when I just read something in the morning, well, usually what I do in my devotion, the Bible also says to seek early in the morning. I will seek Him. So I start my mornings with the Lord. Like, I try to wake up as early as I can, especially because I was doing sports. I'll go to the gym, I'll come back, I would read. But I wouldn't just take what I would read and I would just, I read that morning and I'm good. I took what I read and I would meditate on the word day and night. And I love what they said about praying like constantly, just consistently. It's not a thing of like every time you sit down, be like, Our Father who art in heaven. It's not like that type of prayer.
Yeah.
It's just really having conversation with the Lord anytime, like you have like just in your mind, just always like thinking about the Lord, always meditating on what do you want me to do here, always being sensitive and keen to what the Spirit is asking you or wants to reveal to you in that moment. Just by doing that, it led to a lot of conversations with the friends that we still are friends, but like people that I did kind of stray away from when I started to lock in with the Lord. What I did, and to answer the question of how did I transition from that, don't do it like how I did it, because I did a really bad job of transitioning from the world into Christianity. I just ghosted everybody. That was probably the worst thing.
I like that way.
I felt like that for me.
That's so hard.
It's a hard way, but I do like
yeah, it's very. I took like, for me, it's probably the worst way I could have did it, because knowing the friends that I had, I just didn't understand it. Obviously, I just stopped talking to them. I was like, nah, I'm doing something differently. But what I felt like I could have did better was just bring them along with me.
Yeah.
Ease them into like, yo, I found something new you can come do with me. I just didn't do that. I just completely cut them off and started doing my own thing. But just that transition, I feel like I could have did better. But just having that time in the day where I'm constantly just thinking about what He says in His word, and then just constantly asking Him, constantly praying. That's what kept me through everything, especially when I would go to the locker rooms and they're playing Yeet. Yeet was a big thing. I was bumping it all day. But then when I switched,
like 2020.
He just dropped a new EP.
Why do you know that? See, this is a problem,
You got
bro.
it.
No,
Nah,
on
I'm playing.
top of it being
we
Yeet, like
switching.
Yeet is like fully gone.
See what I'm
Like,
saying?
He's like, no.
Like, it's just gibberish she be speaking. It's just like, frick. But anyway, yeah. And I'll go to the locker rooms. I'm just like, it's so hard to be thinking, having that, be meditating, and you just hear Yeet in the background
Literally.
bumping overly. And then
Like game day,
practice.
though.
And then practice, and they're talking crazy in practice. And I'm just like there trying to focus in, trying to. It was different, but just it did help me. It's just a discipline of having that. Like, I'm gonna do what the Lord has called me to do, and just being steadfast in what He says in His Word. It's not gonna be hard. I mean, the Christian lifestyle isn't hard. It's something that I choose every day to die to, and I feel like it was a training ground for doing something that I didn't want to do, and being able to persevere. I feel like it was something. It was like a test. Like, oh, I'm gonna put you in a situation where you're not gonna be surrounded by people to support you. You're gonna be like the odd one out, but you're gonna have to just push through and do what I told you to do. So yeah.
Oh, you got it.
I got two things. First, I feel like school, like when you go into the school year, is a time where you either thrive and like you grow so much in your not only your faith but also just your like emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's also a place you can really lose yourself.
Yeah.
I know coming off the summer, like this summer for me was like my most growth, my most a lot of things, and I've really started to understand kind of who I was. But going into school, even though I've only been to school 2 days and I'm only there for 3 classes, it's kind of I kind of hit a wall for a second
I get it.
because I was like, oh, like I'm the people that I chose not to be around, and just the environments that I didn't want to be in and I chose not to be in, I'm forced to be around it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't difficult for me to stay away, but it was also like, oh, now I'm communicating with these people now and all that. But also that ties into another thought that I had. And when you said the part where you ghosted the people and I said I like it in a sense, but you also said you didn't want to leave them there. And in church on Sunday, pastor said the only thing worse than hell is seeing your family in hell
Yeah.
because of things that you did.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said that, I thought about my old best friends. Like, I don't want to, like, yeah, I want to be what I'm going to be. I want to be where I know I should be. But also, I can't just leave them there. And that, you saying that really brought back my thinking on that. Because now I think I'm really am going to pursue kind of bringing them with me, not losing myself in the process.
Yeah.
But I do, like, my heart hurts for them a lot of the time because they don't have what I had in growing up in church.
Yeah.
And the parents that I have, I'm very blessed to have my parents. But yeah, I kind of went on a little rabbit hole there. But yeah, I don't want to see my friends in school and my acquaintances fall while I'm
Yeah.
exploding kind of thing.
Yeah. I have a follow-up question to this, but can you go deeper in, you said something so good. You said, I'd rather bring them with me than leave them behind. Can you go a little deeper into that? What does that mean in a high school sense as well? Because I know we have different schedules, different things. How do you bring somebody with you in that when somebody's living such a drastic life away from yours?
It's different, especially because you can't bring, or you can't make somebody feel the experience that you felt when you first meet Jesus. That's something that I wish that I could just like put on somebody. Like, if you know how I felt, you'd understand. But you can't do that. So it's literally just a journey of encouraging them and always just bringing them into whatever space that you're in and inviting them into whatever space you're in. Because something I learned that people don't want to just barge into your personal bubble or barge into whatever you got going on. You just got to invite them in. Just keep inviting them in. Something that I could have done better, and when I say I should have invited them in, like when I started going to youth, like these are people I go to school with every day. It's not that hard to invite them to youth. And just bring them with me. Like, yo, I'm about to go do something on Wednesday. Like, you want to come? We can go to church together. I don't even have to tell them we going to just the church. Come eat.
Function.
Go to a function. I mean, I wouldn't lie, but it's like, they'll come. See what I'm saying?
We trying to go get some food at his
Yeah,
church.
like I'm just about to go hang out. Come with me, stuff like that. Or I use advisement too. I would read the Bible.
Bro.
I love advisement. Like advisement was probably like the time I liked it the most. I would just sit there and read the Bible. I just be like, yo, I'm about to just do a Bible study, or I'm about to watch a sermon. You want to come watch it with me? Just inviting them in.
Yeah.
I mean, just having those conversations of just like, yo, this is what I'm doing. Like, oh, they would ask me like, oh, why aren't you doing this anymore, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm on a new. I explain like, yo, I'm gonna do a new wave, or I'm doing something different, and I would just leave them there and not explain anything.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to just be like, or so much harder. Or it's better to just bring them in like, yo, I'm doing this. You can come do it with me if you want me to.
Yeah.
It's always just giving out that extra hand. It's not that hard to just be like, come and just invite them to come in and partake in what you're eating too as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's the sorry, I think it's like you just mentioned, like they questioned you, right? They were
Yeah.
asking like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's the hardest when you kind of have that leeway into explaining what you're doing, but you don't grab it, right?
Right, yeah.
I was at orientation for college, like a month ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I met this dude randomly. Like we broke out into groups based on our majors or whatever, and he was just sitting next to me, and like out of nowhere, he randomly asked me like, "Oh, do you do like video or photography?" And like I've never met this guy. I didn't know his name. I don't know who he was, but like the fact that he asked me that, it was like so crazy. I was like, yeah, like I do a little bit of this here and there. And he's like, that's what's up, bro. I do music. And he's like, we need to like link up or whatever. I was like, yeah, for sure. I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, who's this cornball over here talking to me, bro? But and then like we did like some random icebreakers or whatever, and we went into lunch. And I like finished eating my food or whatever, and I saw him sitting by himself, and I went up to him and I was like, yo, bro, you got some of your music I could listen to? And he was like, yeah. And I like started listening to it. It was pretty good actually. I'm not gonna lie.
The underground.
What kind of music was it?
It was like, like
Let's just say
Was it
indie.
rap?
it wasn't. It was rap in a sense, but it was kind of like a J. Cole, where it's like
A lyrical rap.
lyrical. It was like very
so
lyrical rap.
He's like a lyricist.
Yeah, he was actually tapping
Fire.
in for sure.
Odie Ryman.
He was
Fire.
tapped in.
Double entendres.
And I was like listening to some of his music, and then he asked me this like a question, and I was like so shocked by it, not because of the question he asked, but like for him to ask that question, like how did he get to that
Like,
conclusion?
why would he think that?
Yeah, and he just asked me like, bro, are you a Christian? And I was like, I don't know if it was because of my screensaver, because I have like, it says Jesus Saves on it, or if it was because of my necklaces, but like I'd never mentioned it. I showed him my Instagram, like while we were doing our icebreakers. My Instagram doesn't mention anything about like God or anything, and I was like, bro, what? And I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm about to lock in. And that like one question led to probably one of the best conversations I've ever had.
Yeah.
It was just so raw and so like it was so genuine.
Yeah.
Like come to find out, this guy, his mom died like a year or two ago. And she was like, according to him, she was like a prayer warrior. Like she went in, prayed for his family, prayed for him like constantly. I think we have prayer warrior moms, so like that's not something that is uncommon to see. But then like when your mom dies, like that does something to a person, especially at our age. Like my mom, like she was with me at orientation. Like I couldn't imagine like doing life without my mom.
Yeah.
He was at orientation
Shout
without
out
his
moms,
mom.
man. We love you
Shout out
guys.
moms,
Yeah.
all of them.
Oh, mama.
But like your first day of college, the day you get married, like those are big milestones. Like I can't imagine doing that without my mom.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm like, dang, you really here without your mom? Like I didn't say that to him. I was thinking that. And he was like, yeah, bro. Like I've been like trying to do this Christian stuff, but like just it's been hard because like God took away my mom. And I was like, I mean, I can't argue that, but I kind of explained to him that like no matter what you're going through, there's a purpose for it.
Yeah.
God has a plan for it. And he was like, he kept having a lot of questions of like, why this? Obviously I couldn't answer it, but I was able to reassure him that there is somebody that will watch over you, that will be with you every step of the way, and that's Jesus. That's the Holy Spirit. And I ended up finding out, like, since his mom was such a prayer warrior, he kind of wanted to get back into the faith for his mom. To like, I think that's a beautiful way to carry somebody's legacy. If your mom was a prayer warrior, you are able to share that with your friends, your family, your kids. Like, oh, your grandma was like, this is what she prayed for. And he was telling me, like, he wants to find himself in Christ because that's what his mom prayed for. Like, he wants to be an answer to her prayers. So I think that was a beautiful conversation I had, and that was like even before school started. So I'm like really excited to go into this year. I think it's for both of us, like the conversations that we're gonna have, the people that we're gonna meet, like even for all of us, just in day-to-day life. I'm very excited to see what that looks like because, you know, we're all called to something, whether we know it or not. We're all called to carry out the Great Commission. And I think being young and being in school, you're surrounded by 2,000 kids a day. Like, there's not one person you could reach out to. So I think that's just my way of looking at it.
I thought of three things when you said that story, and like, and this is the thing about school, and like, it's such a big opportunity to make three decisions that you made. You had an opportunity to spread the gospel. You had the opportunity to become humble and walk in humility and walk in love. And you did all those three things. And those three things right there, I feel like we could kind of talk about of like how, like, and I'll kind of mention it as well a little bit later, but how, as somebody in quote unquote as perfect as us as Christians, how can we walk in humility in school and walk in love, even though people think and have a false notion over Christians that they think they're perfect? Like, how do we do that?
I think it just comes down to the fact that, like, we're all humans doing life. You know, Fett kind of mentioned it earlier, like, just because you're Christian doesn't mean your life is any easier. And
I think it's harder.
It gets
Jesus promises it.
Harder. It gets much harder. But it just comes down to the fact that, you know, we're not here to shove it down your throat, you know. My common connection with him was music. Like, I just asked, bro, can I listen to your music? I never went into there with an intention of having that conversation with him. I never had the intention of inviting him to church. I never had any of that. I was just like, you make music, I want to listen to it. But when I just saw the opportunity, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not like saying you push your friends away, Fed, but I'm not like gonna push him away because now I've been granted that opportunity. So it's just understanding that, like, we're all humans doing life. Like, we wake up and we go to sleep. We all breathe the same air. So just having common connection, having common, you know, tendencies, I think that was just the biggest thing. I don't think it's like a thing of pride or humility. It's just once you understand that there's people out there looking for an answer and you have that answer, if you have the ability to provide it, why not provide it? Obviously it takes humility because, you know, I'm taking time out of my day to talk to that person, but if that leads to something fruitful, then why not engage in it?
I agree.
Oh, you good?
You got it.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you got it.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is just walking how Jesus walked in the Bible. I think the one thing that Jesus showed the most when every time he stepped out was he walked with compassion. And just going into the schools, just having compassion. That's how you can walk humbly, just realizing, like, even yourself, we're all just, like Nathan said, humans just going through life. We're all struggling. We're all trying to figure it out, especially in high school. Like, it's different in high school. Like, you're trying to figure out life, and you got, like, people coming at you with everything. Like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. Your parents coming at you, you got to do this. Especially athletes, too. Like, you're trying to focus on that as well. But just being grounded and, like, having compassion for everyone, it makes life a little bit, like, you don't got to do this on your, like, you're not alone. Especially like the Christians, like, you have Jesus too, and then you can take that and show it to other people and just walk in the love that God has shown you. I feel like it gives you a different perspective on life.
And there's that. There's that, like, you know, Jesus sat with sinners. It's so, like, cliche to say, but, like, it's true, bro. Sat at the table with the person who's gonna betray him. So like, what makes us better than God? Literally nothing.
Literally.
There's no aspect of humans that make us better than God.
And that's humility right there.
That's humility, exactly. So if Jesus was able to sit at the table and break bread with Judas, who would later betray him for 30 pieces of silver, and he was still able to share a meal with him and talk with him, then why can't we just talk with people our age, people who have very similar, like, I think a lot of people fail to realize there's so many like commonalities between people that you just don't know because you don't have conversation.
Yeah.
You know, going back to my story, he made music. I like music. That's a commonality. It has it doesn't have anything to do with God, but we were able to use that common ground to further that conversation.
It's a gateway into it.
Exactly. So I think just, you know, like you said, just we're all called to, you know, be like Jesus.
Yeah.
So when you read the Bible and you see that he took Matthew, who was scamming people, like literally he was scamming, bro. Tax collectors were scamming back in the day. He took Matthew along with them, and then he took Judas along with him, like those people. And then the Pharisees, you know, they bashed him for that.
Yeah.
You know, that story where the Pharisees were going to throw the rocks at the woman, and he was and he told them, like, he who hasn't sinned, like, can cast the first rock. And they just put their rocks down and walked away because they understood they were in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like, when we go out into the world trying to cast these rocks, we just do it because we don't know what the other person is going through. We don't know what walk of life they're in. But if you sit down with somebody for 5 minutes and you just talk with them, you'll have a lot more in common than you'll, like, realize. So I think that's just the biggest thing, just understanding that, you know, we're all humans.
Bro, literally.
I feel like the biggest thing, especially going to school year, is just to walk with a little bit more intentionality. You see that Jesus in the Bible, anywhere he went, he always walked with like a little bit of intentionality to wherever he's going. I mean, even when he was going to, where was he passing through when he met the woman by the well? I know he was going somewhere. He was on his way to Samaria, right?
Or
like
he passed through.
No,
he was going to Galilee, right? Or no?
No, he
going to Galilee.
He intentionally went into Samaria.
See, he was on a mission going somewhere, but just having a little intentionality, like, I'm gonna take a detour because I need to meet with a woman, like one woman, just to save her life, just to speak into her life. I mean, just having that intentionality, like, no matter who the person is, like, somebody needs to hear about Jesus in your school, and you just having that intentionality can change somebody's life, and then it can just ricochet, and you can't even imagine how many people you can touch just by touching that one person. But yeah.
And to give you guys like some practical tips, we're about to wrap up right now, but to give you guys some practical tips, I would say fashion. Everybody loves clothes nowadays. Everybody loves to wear their best fits. I saw some of y'all posted y'all's first day fits, and they're very interesting. But fashion, skinny jeans, bro, get out of here, gang. But nah,
we love skinny jeans. We're trying to get back into it.
No, bro, we are.
Yeah.
Heady Slimming, Archive.
Size 22, Heady
Size 22.
Trevor, me and they on the same page, bro.
Come on, bro.
Literally. But I feel that. But fashion is literally one of the biggest gateways into a conversation. Because music, fashion, anything that, like, you don't always need to start with Jesus.
Yeah.
And like that, and people would like stone me for that. Honestly, they'll be like, no, like, you need to whatever. But like, I feel like if you start with Jesus, it like will check the box, and that's cool. But if you want discipleship, and if you want actual like sheep with shepherds, like, if you want that, you have to start off with something practical. So what I do for me, I start off, even if I don't like their pants, bro, I'll be like, yo, bro, like, I like your pants, like, what's your name, bro? Literally,
so
by
lying.
No,
lie to that.
No. I'm just saying, like, it's literally just to start conversation.
Yeah, of course.
But you'd be like, hey, bro, like, I like your shoes, or I like your pants, or okay, don't lie. Maybe if you actually like something on their body, just be like, hey, bro, like, I like your necklace or whatever. Just to start off and just to create like something to bridge the gap in that awkwardness. And then through relationship, you're now able to maybe slip in a question or slip in a comment, or maybe in their environment, maybe mention something, or don't even talk to them about it. Maybe turn on a worship song, maybe do something like that, just to like help it like slip in. And like, it's not to like be sneaky, of course, but we are mindful of people's walks. Sometimes I truly believe that in the wrong time the gospel could crush somebody, and like because you say at the wrong time.
Yeah.
In a relationship, it can make somebody back away because of certain experiences and certain relational equity that you don't have with the person. They could back away instead of come to you. So I believe timing is everything, and create a relationship before you try to be a pastor or anything, bro. Just like literally just sit at the table with them. Literally create a relationship before you try to be their pastor over anything. So I would say start with that. Start with something practical.
Johnny, you got any tips?
I think
into senior year?
kind of going into senior year.
Or in general.
For school? No, I don't even know.
No
But-
school
For
tips.
academics.
Do your homework.
But
Focus. Listen up.
all of that, But yeah, I think the biggest thing if you're trying to minister to people is one, like Joe said, like you don't have to be upfront with God. Like I feel like that for a lot of people it's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
To like God like this and this and this, and you need to be this, you need to be that, stop doing this, and it's just like chill, bro. But and I've heard people say that but this person, like they're just like so over the top about God, and it's just so annoying. Like I've heard people say that, and it's kind of like for me when I hear that I'm like, dang, like now their depiction of like young Christians is kind of distorted a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, my biggest tip when trying to start conversation about Jesus is not to start with Jesus. I know that sounds a little contradicting, but
Bro,
be
facts.
slow. It doesn't even have to be the first conversation. Just build a relationship with the
That's
person
very good tip.
that you're going for.
Yeah. That's good.
But yeah,
But also, it can be, but that's where you have to follow obedience as well. It can be the first conversation or it can be the fifth conversation, but you have to discern and ask God, what moment would you like me to say this? And this is the last thing I'll say before we kind of pray this out is lead with love. Lead with love. Don't lead with anything else. Don't lead with your knowledge. Don't lead with what you think you have in God. Don't lead with your pride in Scripture or whatever. Lead with love, because that's what Jesus led with,
That's good.
and that's literally it. So yeah.
Any closing remarks, last tips? Going into Bible college? Any tips for that?
You want to mention it so bad.
Ministry school, bro. Love ministry school. I mean, it's different for me. Like, I mean, it's still a battlefield wherever you go, but I have a little leniency because everybody there
Like knows Jesus.
is Christian. Everybody.
they're there for a reason.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
So-called
Stuff like
Jesus.
yeah. But we won't get into that. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree with both of y'all. I mean, best thing you can do is just plant seed on good soil.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, the parable where people planted, the farmer went out and he scattered seed. Some landed on concrete or whatever. Some landed on thorns and it got choked out. Some landed on good soil. But it's all just using discernment on when to plant the seed. Even when I think about Jesus speaking to the woman at the well, he didn't start with, I am the living water, drink from me. He said, can I have some water?
Yeah.
And like the woman asked, but
Meeting
this
her where
bucket's
she
just
was
for me.
at.
You know what I'm saying? Starting with regular conversation. Like Jesus just asked, yo, can I have some water? And then when he got her where he wanted her, then he started to profess over her life, like, oh, I am the living water. Like, you can drink from me, you never want to drink again. Stuff like that. Just planting seed on good soil. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Johnny,
good.
you want to pray us out?
I'll pray us out. Lord, thank you so much for the opportunities that we have as Christians to share your blessing and share your love. And I pray that everyone in this room and everyone watching can have that conversation that we just talked about and lead somebody else to Jesus like somebody may have led us to Jesus. And I pray that the school year goes well for everyone, no matter what school setting they're in. And once again, thank you so much for everything. Amen.
Amen. That's a wrap.
Love you guys.
Yes, sir.